Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 19 on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see Tyrod Taylor, the new quarterback of the Cleveland Browns, do battle with Big Ben Roethlisberger, and the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, at Heinz Field. Moments ago, a scene that's played here since 2004. Big Ben Roethlisberger greeted by this sold-out Heinz Field crowd. His Steelers getting set to match up with the Cleveland Browns. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we look at this Steeler ball club entering play. They coming off their very first loss of the year, suffered a week ago.
Yeah, it will not be a perfect season, but I'm interested to see how they bounce back now that they know that chasing the 1972 Dolphins is out the window.
Meanwhile, for the Browns here, they're in a real groove of late. Winners of 5 of their last 6 games. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. So a very short kick here. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. They'll have the speedy Tyrod Taylor calling the shots, the former Virginia Tech Hokie.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-to-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. And a peek now at the offense for Cleveland.
An emerging threat in the passing game is David Njoku, who had a really nice rookie season in 2017 with 32 catches, 386 yards, and 4 touchdowns. And many also remember he was the 3rd first-round pick for Cleveland in the 2017 draft, following Myles Garrett, defensive end, and Jabril Peppers, defensive back.
On second down, Taylor looking middle, and it's incomplete. We take a glance now at the starters on the defensive side of the ball for Pittsburgh. And they've been excellent against the pass, the number 6 unit in the NFL.
This secondary has really developed into one of the strengths of this team. They diagnose, they cover, they run, they hit. What a nice team.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Taylor. And he's got his tight end, Njoku. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Taylor able to find his big tight end, Njoku, for the Cleveland first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, second down. Then he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
On second down, Johnson. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. A gain of a yard gets them back where they started. Now it's 3rd and 10.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. On 3rd down, Taylor. He's going to loft one deep left side here. So they took a shot there on 3rd down, couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. Back deep for the Steelers, Antonio Brown. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. Now the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. Able to make one man miss, but he will be corralled around the 10-yard line. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
That first down run could not have turned out worse for our defense, because when they came out on the field, their #1 mission, keep them stacked up close to their goal line, and at worst, create great field position for their offense.
On second down, it's Bell. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. They go play action here on first down. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Now a play fake here on first down. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. They'll go back to the ground with Bell. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense, because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And this is going to be incomplete.
So we have to remember this offensive unit, they've been off for the last 2 weeks. Had an open week, and so it might take them a little while to get back into rhythm. I know they worked hard to try and get past that in practice, but practice isn't game speed.
On 4th down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. Jabril Peppers is deep for Cleveland. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty.
Kick catch interference. Kicking team.
Football 101, you've got to let the guy catch the ball.
You have to know the ball is there. You have to know it's arrived. Otherwise, you're going to get flagged every time.
A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now Taylor to throw on 2nd down. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he won't get to the markers. They're going to stop it for a 2nd straight play right at the line of scrimmage.
On every snap, a defense is trying to establish who they are. But on 3rd and short, that's really when you put it out there and tell people who you are. And that's exactly what they did. For the offense, they're looking at their offensive line and saying, guys, where are you? We need you on those plays.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Heinz Field has always been a tough place for field goal kickers. It's just a very heavy side. Plus, you've got an open end of the field with wind coming off the Allegheny. And sure enough, he kind of chunks this one, and it's no good.
And now out come the Steelers. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
After the penalty, it's Bell. Finding some room at midfield. And now running right through it. And still Le'Veon Bell. It's a foot race. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Le'Veon Bell. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers have taken a 1st quarter lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they were in field goal range the last time out but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
Now Taylor, throw left side complete. That's Gordon. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Before they can get settled in here, time expires on the first quarter of action. 7-0 is our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this. Back with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. Now it's Taylor. Completes this to Callaway over on the right side. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though. Huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long. From the gun, it's Taylor. And that's incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
Play action. It's Taylor. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Artie Burns, former first-rounder, there to break that one up.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he'll punt it away for the second time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. With it is Brown, shedding the tackle. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Hey, inside! Black 80!
Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. Over the middle here to Brown. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Roethlisberger hooking up with Brown to get the Steelers a first. They'll throw on 1st down with Roethlisberger. Going up top. And it's caught inside the 30. And way down into the red zone before he's dropped inside of Cleveland's 15. It's a big play. Roethlisberger to Brown. 52 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone.
Ready? Black 20!
Now a 1st down carry by Bell. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And now running right through it. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Roethlisberger now off the bootleg. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Emmanuel Ogbah. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. Here's Roethlisberger. That is caught at the 7. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. They wind up getting 16, but even that's not quite enough. It's 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker.
Here we go. Black 80!
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. And defensive. They were ready for that, a full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop him short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out. But I think Brown was able to recover, and they'll indeed hold on to the ball here.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Ready. Flag for 2.
First down, a run with Hyde. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back to Heinz Field after this. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
Now they'll throw with Taylor. And his throw is incomplete. David Njoku was the intended receiver. And it's third down.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new-school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
The Browns on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 11. Handoff comes to Hyde. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. But the converse is, though, you've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Here's Britton Colquitt now, standing just about on his own goal line. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. A first update now from Cincinnati, and the Bengals out to the early advantage. Andy Dalton with 1 touchdown pass thus far. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
Hey, a simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Well, if you look where that play starts, O-line versus D-line, that was a battle won by the D-line.
Yeah, and oftentimes it's won by quickness, off the ball. Who can handle the guy across from them best? On that play, the defensive line did exactly that.
And his throw here is incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On first down, it's Roethlisberger. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on first down. He was looking for his big tight end there, Jesse James. That'll bring up second down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. And the Steelers on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. This will be caught at about the 6. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. And we are back here. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. So the offense takes the timeout, and now we're set to get going.
Here we go.
Ben to throw again. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. In for the score. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Boswell good with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. They will take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we reach halftime here in the Steel City with the Steelers on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Hi again, everybody. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the league here in the unofficial midway point, Week 8 of the NFL season. We'll begin with a bit of a rare matchup. Tampa Bay on the road in Cincinnati. And it's the Bengals who are out in front as those two head towards the break. A.J. Green, a touchdown reception. Next, we'll head over to check on the Giants at home at MetLife Stadium. And they have the lead over the visiting Washington Redskins. 2 touchdown passes there for Eli. Lastly, let's motor up to the Motor City. See what's happening with the Lions at home at Ford Field. And they trail in that ball game to the visiting Seattle Seahawks. Doug Baldwin, a touchdown reception. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Oh, good footwork on the spin. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. Their passing game has certainly been buoyed by some unbelievable catches.
I love that word, because if you're the quarterback, if you're the guy throwing it, buoyed would be the word, wouldn't it? Because right now, I think his confidence level is so high. I just throw it out there. They will go get it. And we're seeing some fantastic catches and some great plays as a result.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. The second half starts with a carry by Bell. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Brought down that time by Christian Kirksey.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On 2nd down, Roethlisberger going for the deep ball. That's caught at the 25. And way down into the red zone before he's dropped inside of Cleveland's 15. It's a big play. Roethlisberger to Brown. 43 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves him with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Roethlisberger. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Vance McDonald, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Steelers find a way to stretch their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And it's now 21-0. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Boswell on now to kick this one away. It's a very short kick, taken by an up man. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Again, it's Johnson. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to third down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Taylor now to throw on third down. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A very solid gain of 27.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position. Everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner, and with good timing, you get a completion as we just saw there.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll throw on first down with Taylor. Over the middle is Fells. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Johnson on the counter. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On second down, Taylor dumping it off for Johnson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Duke Johnson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Browns make some inroads here on that deficit. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him? And you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone. Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it's capped off by the Browns' touchdown. Gonzalez now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Le'Veon Bell making his way back out onto the field now. He's up over 100 yards, and he'll be looking to get in the end zone again.
Has a tremendous nose for it, doesn't he? The ability to pile up yardage and find the end zone, that's the combination you want in your runner.
That's a combination any coach wants, and we'll see if he can find that end zone once more. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
So while the offense has had a big day, no one on that side of the ball is excited about seeing a loss like that. Their goal, to make every play positive. And when you have a bad one like that, your next goal is to not let it spiral into more.
On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. And his throw's going to be incomplete. TJ Carey right there in coverage.
This defense could use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. Derek Kindred there to get a hand on that one. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot, but they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They come in off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball that cut down that lead. Now the defense has done their part, got them the football back.
Momentum started to shift a little bit when they scored the touchdown. It increased when the defense got them the ball back. Momentum definitely in their favor. Now they got to keep things cranking, keep it on high so they can keep cutting into that lead.
Taylor will bring the Browns up 1st and 10 at their own 42. They go play action here on 1st down. His throw incomplete. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there, a 22.
Well, it certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
Taylor now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the fourth. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Taylor. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
One thing I have learned, receivers don't mind high throws so much to the sideline, but do that over the middle to them, and not only the DB's going to throw a little verbal trash their way, when they get back to the huddle, they're going to have a few words to say to their QB, aren't they?
Yeah, hung out to dry a little bit there on the high throw. Luckily fell incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Again, now it's Taylor on 2nd and 10. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Taylor now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Taylor will throw again. Throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on 1st down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now a tip carry for Johnson, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, it's Taylor. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder, Artie Burns. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. 20. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Extra point now by Boswell. Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This will be taken very short. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now the Browns coming out on the field. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Meanwhile, a throw by Taylor is incomplete. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Ready. 3-19.
2nd and 10. It's Taylor again. Being chased out left. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
And I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not their friend.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what he used to name the sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
The Browns on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Taylor. Screenplay, Johnson. Johnson with a burst, a 1st down or more. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40.
Ready. 3-19.
From the shotgun, it's Taylor. Underneath for Johnson. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. From the gun, it's Taylor. Completes this to Callaway over on the right side. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 8. Throwing again, it's Taylor. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. T.J. Watt in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good game. Hugh Jackson rolls the dice, but it doesn't work for him. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. So they'll trudge off the field with a bitter taste in their mouths after that failed fourth down conversion.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of analysis there on the sidelines. Was it the right call? Was it against the right defense? Should they have even gone for it at all? Will that change what they do going forward in this game? A lot of questions to be answered by them. The defense doesn't really care. They're like, bring it on again. We'll stop you the next time, too.
Tackle made there by Myles Garrett. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Now Roethlisberger to throw on second down. A screen to Bell. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Roethlisberger with a give to Bell. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Partner, I think there's a lesson there. Some days you're just having a really tough time, and for the defense, today has been that day. But after that play, what do you learn? You can still make plays even when the other guy's having success against you.
Roethlisberger going to throw it. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
I know you don't get anything extra for degree of difficulty, but maybe you should. He's done absolutely everything in this game today, including laying out for that one.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
Now after the run by Bell, here's another 1st and 10. Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Or are you one of those guys that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years. So for Pittsburgh, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for the Browns, they'll fall to 5-3 with a loss. And they'll get a home date next week against the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.